Hello, my name is Ronald Martinez. This is for FIR 4314, Crime Scene Forensics and Evidence Collection by Professor and Battalion Chief Jennifer Johnson. I currently am employed with Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. I'm going on my 13th year and my third year as a station captain. I'm going to go ahead and start Unit 8 assignment. Describe the expectations of expert witnesses. Investigators are often faced with many questions to prove their credibility, and you have to make sure you're a reliable investigator. In order to testify in an expert witness case, the investigator must first be qualified. This is the process of demonstrating the investigator's training and experience in the field of fire investigation. A series of questions must be asked of the investigator in order to lay out those qualifications and to determine if this is going to be an actual expert witness. Testing your skills and knowledge in your profession as a fire investigator are very important, and they're crucial for the case. NFPA 1033 and NFPA 921 often lay out the expectations of a fire investigator, and all fire investigators should follow these expectations and recommendations. In my opinion, the three things that stand out for an expert witness in any type of trial is going to be knowledge, work education, and experience. Especially as a fire investigator, I feel these three components make up an investigator and truly lay out pretty much an investigator's background. Can tell you how professional he is, how experienced he is, how seasoned he is, and how often does he make the right decision. As a fire investigator, you're going to be required to be able to explain to the jury of your peers the reason on why you feel the cause of origin of any fire is accurate and deliberate, and why they should believe you. Again, that's what a whole trial is based on, making people believe you, correct? So, in my opinion, is just as a subject matter expert, as a fire investigator, you're going to be asked many questions. Don't change your story. Stick to your layout. Stick to your plan. And again, don't let a lawyer change your words, because they're good at it. Explain ways to avoid courtroom confrontations with defense attorneys. Being able to articulate from beginning to end the facts of the case is crucial. I've been on many subpoenas, many cases where I'm taken to court and have to speak in front of a jury. And again, lawyers are really good at this. This is what they get paid for. This is their job. And their job is to kind of twist what you say into making you look silly. So in my honest opinion, just stick to what you know. Stick to the facts. Do not lie. And you'll be okay. Again, stick to the script. Do not allow your personal feelings trump the scientific method approach. This basically means don't listen to personal bias. Don't get caught up in the emotional story of the court case. Just stick to your facts. Stick to what you know. Stick to your materials. Stick to what you worked on. And that will do the speaking for you. Control body language and keep a confident and professional appearance. I feel this is one of the most critical aspects to have, or key roles to have when avoiding confrontation in a courtroom. If you look confident, if you look like you know what you're doing, if you sound like you know what you're saying, people are not going to mess with you. It's basically the same thing in life in general, correct? Only answer those questions that are being asked of you. I've seen this many times where people try to, I'm not sure if it sounds smarter, they just give extra information when it's not asked of. And lawyers can confront you in these cases and make it sound like you're lying by just twisting things. Again, this is what they do for a living. This is what they know how to do, and this is what they're good at. Do not favor a side and just stick to the facts of the research and your professional knowledge. Again, don't get caught up in the case. Your job is not to be on the defense's side or the prosecution's side. Your job is to be honest, deliver what your findings are as a professional and a subject matter expert in the fire investigation world, and just tell them when you got cause, origin, and any other questions that are asked of you. But again, do not start favoring sides. Do not get caught up in the story, because that does affect the outcome of a trial. Next, they're asking to explain ways in which fire modeling can be used in a courtroom. In some cases, fire modeling and videos of test burns may be appropriate, although these types of items may be judged to have a wide margin of error to be admissible at trial. So speak with the investigators, speak with the prosecutor, and let them know what you want to use in a case or what you're going to bring in a case, and they'll let you know if it's going to help or hurt the case. Always consult with either the defense or the prosecution, whoever you're hired from. Always consult before bringing any aids. Demonstrative aids usually presented during the court testimony of an expert witness can greatly assist the jury in understanding the case and the facts presented and interpreted by the expert. If a demonstrative aid is an actual piece of evidence, and usually NFPA 921 recommends that it will be authenticated through either witness identification or the chain of custody. To help investigators understand and visualize a strong demonstrative aids, they can create these. They can use photos depicting critical information or evidence that can be blown up to poster size and used during a testimony. Example of these such photos that you can use in a case that would help as a FIR investigator. You could blow up and show the jury or the panel unusually shaped burn patterns, remains of trailers, evidence items, heat and burning indicators like light bulbs, distorted light bulbs, damage patterns of victims. You can also use aerial photographs. These are very, very important when trying to explain a case. You can give an aerial photograph of a residence, and basically as you're explaining the case, the jury and the peers can see what you're trying to explain. They can actually see if you're on the Alpha side, Bravo side, Charlie side, Delta side, or it's basic layout that would help them understand what you're saying. And when somebody understands what you're saying, they tend to believe you. Now, at the final thing is you're asking to include any additional tips for success in the courtroom. In my honest opinion, I think looking professional is one of the most important tools in a courtroom. I've been to many subpoenas again, and always in Class A's, Class B's. You try to look professional. When you look professional, when you're well dressed, people want to side with you. They want to believe you. When you're sloppy, when you're not professional, when you have your shirt tucked out, people are not going to want to believe you. It's just human nature. It's human psyche, and it's been proven. Be organized when at trial. It's very important. When you show up to trial, have all your information properly laid out in front of you. You know, have an outline of what your files are. Know where everything is. So when you're asked something from the defense or the prosecution side, you can easily and rapidly access it and hand it over to them. And professional attitude is of the utmost importance, but not just in not in the courtroom, but just in your career, in life in general. You always want to be professional. You always want to do the right thing. And again, it's all about integrity, doing the right thing when no one's looking. And I feel like people can pick up on that. If they can pick up on that in the courtroom while you're sitting there, you have a great advantage already on your side. Try not to show your nerves. Again, this is easier said than done, but I honestly feel that repetition will get you to your goal. The more you repeat, the more you're exposed to something, the less nervous you'll be. For example, doing these videos here on for this assignment, after numerous takes, you just start to feel more at ease, more relaxed. And I think this is the same thing with the courtroom. If you're exposed to more cases, or if you run the cases through your head at your house or in your office with your colleagues, it'll help you look more professional and more relaxed in the actual setting of a courtroom. And finally, confidence is contagious. When you arrive to the courtroom, look confident, be confident, speak confident, and people will want to believe you, as I said before. Again, thank you for this incredible class. I've learned plenty of things, and I am going to submit my assignment to you. I hope you like it. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. This is Ronald Martinez, signing off.